Hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing about a trade I took in the Eurjpy, and as you can see, so this was the trade that I took that went here, and we booked 16.9 reward ratio. So as you can see, we have a rule number one in trading is you have to identify what is the trend. So let me just delete all of this so you can follow. So what is the trend? When you look left, I saw this was a lower low and this was a lower low, and we had a lower low here. So my price was here. Let me just label it. My price was here. This is where I entered my market and I traded it to the upside here. Now why here? So as you can see on my left here, there is a break of structure here. Let me just highlight this. So there's a break of structure here. There's a break of structure here, and as you can see, the demand that the supply that broke this structure is right about here. So you just mark that and stretch it far to your right, and technically what will happen is you will want to see price pulling back, or you can say retracing to this point before we go downwards. Let me do that again. So technically what you see after the break of structure here, what you want to see is price to come back here before going down to these levels. Now so when price fails to do that and leaves an imbalance here, this is what we call a sell side liquidity. Now what is sell side liquidity? This is now basically when price does not mitigate its supply before making another low. So therefore this one leaves an imbalance on top of here, just right about above where the place. I'm so sketchy with these things. So this one leaves an imbalance here, as you can see, an imbalance. So this was an imbalance, and this was a sell side liquidity, and price continued to break down these lows and lows and lows and lows. So if we continue with our price, now we made this, that was a supply, it was mitigated, our supply, it was mitigated. Now this was our last supply. So when price came to these regions, we were expecting that price will hit here and continue to the low side, you see. But since price, instead of price going to these regions, we had an accumulation here, and this for me was a sign that we are going to the upside. So what I did is I was patient enough to wait for this structure to be broken here, this supply to be broken, and when that happened, we saw a BOS here, which is the break of structure. Now what happens when this happens is, now you have to, let me just move this test. Yeah. So when that happens, what you want to see is, now ask yourself, now where is that demand that broke this structure? Because we were following here, we were making lower lows, and we were expecting for price to come down at this region, but price failed to come down at this region. So and instead it broke that supply. So you ask yourself, now where do we find the demand that broke this structure. So you look down and you find it here, or for more you can narrow down to the 1 hour time frame and you can have a better look of this. You can have a better look of what's actually happening here. So how I made my entry was by identifying which demand that broke the structure. You can see that this is our extreme supply down here, and now sometimes you want to enter from here, but no, this is, you will see that when you look closer you'll see that we have some form of liquidity here. Liquidity means here there are types of liquidity, and I'll have to explain more about in another video, but we have liquidity here. Therefore we have like something like a trend line liquidity. So that liquidity has to be taken out, and if you can see we have an imbalance again here. So we have to take our entry at the lowest, or we can call it the extreme demand. So price hits our liquidity, price takes out our liquidity, which is this trend line liquidity, and it comes and fills this imbalance, which is here. And then you can see after hitting that, we wait for confirmation, and we are given there is a break of structure again on that region, and price traces back to the supply. And that is how we take our trade. So we put a long position here with our stop loss just below this demand somewhere here, and what we are targeting, why now my take profit is here, is we are targeting for this liquidity to be taken out and this imbalance to be filled, and this supply up here to be mitigated. And that is it. And after that supply is mitigated, we had our beautiful trade there. So actually my stop loss is a bit low than here, somewhere there. I had to make it 16 RR. Yeah, so that's it guys for this video. And as you can see, I was actually waiting on this trade to short this here, because to the downside, and as you can see we are already moving nicely. So have a nice week guys, we'll meet again. Subscribe to my channel and you'll see more of this. Don't worry about the videos guys, they will improve with time. Yeah, so ciao.